Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. If you want news, rumors, and, oh yeah, free gear, subscribe to the show. Click the big red button because the entire month of April, I'm giving away free stuff. And if you like the shirt I have on from Only One Nation, you should definitely be tuning in. So coming up here in a little bit, I'm going to be giving away this shirt. And the way that you're going to get it is by subscribing to the show and type in sub below. So producer Alicia, we got Tom in the background as well. Not here because, we can't be together. But, here in the studio, they're going to be going out picking a winner. So if you want a free shirt from Only One Nation, type sub. Once we get a winner picked out, we'll be announcing it in about 10, 12 minutes. So if you're not subscribed, you don't have a chance to win, though. All right, let's go to Matthew Leon, who sent it in a super chat. Appreciate it. If you want to get your questions on the show, you can super chat or you can use hashtag Raiders. Not likely, but curious. Sounds like my dating life. Do the Raiders draft Herbert if he happens to slide to 12? I say no. I think even if he slides to 12, the reason why the Raiders went out and got Marcus Mariota is because they were very confident in Mariota and Carr. The biggest need is still wide receiver. So even if you get Herbert, you're going to make him your QB3? Let's say you make him your QB2. Then you just wasted a lot of money on Mariota. So for me, I don't really think it's very likely, and I get the fact that Jon Gruden's always linked to quarterbacks. However, Jon hasn't drafted a quarterback in round one the last 4 times he drafted a quarterback. In fact, the earliest he drafted a quarterback was in round 2 at pick 59. And you know what? That was I don't even know. That was back in 2001. So just keep that in mind, okay? Just keep that in mind. So again, use hashtag Raiders, or you can use the super chat button. So should we use a late round pick for safety Tanner Muse for Clemson? I've seen Tanner Muse come up before, and one of the players that I think you should really keep an eye on if you want to talk about a Clemson player is A.J. Terrell, another cornerback. I know the Raiders really like A.J. Terrell, but I think if you really want to think about Clemson players that could come in, I'd put my money on Terrell more than Muse, but you're not the first person to bring up Muse. Adrian, appreciate your question, my man. And again, use hashtag Raiders, use the super chat button if you guys want to come on. And if you want to actually come on the show next week with me, super chat $100 and you come on with me. Do you think the Raiders take a linebacker, Kenneth Murray, at number 19? If I had to put a Chucky head rumor scale on it, I would give it 2 Chucky heads. People are talking. I know it's still a bit of a need. However, I think there's more likely of a chance the Raiders taking a cornerback, a safety at 19. I will say this. If the Raiders do trade back from 19 and they go back further in the first round, then I think it could be a little bit more likely. Looking at a Patrick Queen, looking at Murray, I think if the Raiders do draft 2 linebackers in the first round, the most likely are Murray and Queen. Let's go to Monster Boss 1750. Appreciate you getting your questions in here. Use hashtag draft. This is a draft Q&A, just so we're very, very clear. What trades do you expect us to make? I expect the Raiders to trade back from 19. I legitimately do. And then to be honest, in my next mock draft, I'm going to be having the Raiders trade back from 19. I think that once they take a wide receiver at pick 12, either CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, you see the Raiders kind of get into a position at 19 where other teams are going to want to trade up, and the Raiders, they trade back, they get an extra second-round pick, and maybe even get a late first. So for me, those are the trades that right now I see the Raiders making. Now, if you guys love this show, I also want you to go out and support our sponsors. Chatsports.com/RaidersHat5 is how you get the hat that's on screen. For $17.49, you can get that one. Or if you want a flat bill hat, which I know a lot of my friends like, Raider Cody being one of them, chatsports.com/RaidersHat4 for $26.59. So the hats that you see on screen are about 60% off right now. If you're watching this live, go take advantage of the deal because it ends on Thursday night. But if you don't remember the link below, I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the comments section below. Click on the link. Get yourself some Raider swag. Let's go to Super Chat from Jack. Jack, my man, trade Gabe Jackson to the Bengals for John Ross and maybe a 5th rounder. That's an interesting trade. I know some people won't like the idea of trading Gabe Jackson, and I love Gabe. I think he's a great player. I just think the injuries are starting to rack up on him a little bit. But I would do that trade if it helps us getting a burner receiver like a John Ross, because I think if the Raiders don't trade Gabe Jackson, they're going to end up cutting him. I'll be surprised if the Raiders do trade him, because I don't know what his value is right now because he's kind of banged up in this whole Big C situation. But if it was Gabe Jackson for John Ross and a 5th rounder, yeah, I would do that trade. Jack, it's a good one. Let's go to Matthew. What up, Matt? What's your perfect draft? A nice cold IPA on draft. That's probably my perfect draft. Perfect draft. If you guys want me to make a perfect mock draft video, I can definitely do it. I would say, though, we'll just kind of tease it. CeeDee Lamb, and then the Raiders trade back from 19. They snag up a safety like a Grant Delpit, maybe even take a cornerback as well. You could see like a Christian Fulton. If we get Christian Fulton, Grant Delpit, and CeeDee Lamb, yeah, I'd be all on board for that. Maybe get a Willie Gay Jr. with like one of our 3rd-round picks, a linebacker that I like a lot. Chase Claypool will probably be in there. Yeah, I'll shut up now. AJ Dillon. No. All right, IDiego_10. What up, dude? Trade down with the Colts to get their 2nd-round picks, 34 and 44, for our 19th pick. So that's actually been something that Tom and I have talked about a few times, where it really wouldn't surprise me. What about this? Would you guys do this, okay? Would you give up our number 12 pick, okay? Our number 12 pick and our first 3rd-round pick, so 12 and 80, for the 49ers, 13 and 31. I saw somebody put that on the internet. I would do that in a heartbeat, by the way, because what if the 49ers tried to steal away CeeDee Lamb from us, or try to steal away another wide receiver? Would that mean we get CeeDee? No. But if you give me Henry Ruggs and the 31 overall pick, I would do that in a heartbeat. I'm just saying. I do think the Raiders, though, are going to end up making a trade. Let's go to Savior Charles, one of my most loyal watchers. Appreciate you, my man. Make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders, hashtag draft. We'll figure out where it's going. What do you think about drafting Ruggs at 12 and Henderson at 19? I'd be totally okay with it. I love CJ Henderson. He's a player that I've talked about numerous times here on the Raiders Report. Had a great combine. I really like his ball skills coming out of Florida. He really definitely shined at the combine. And I want the Raiders to go get a wide receiver and for them to get a cornerback. I think those are our 2 biggest needs right now. I'm just starting to wonder if Henderson's going to be there at 19. If you would ask me this question probably a month ago, I said Henderson will easily be there. Now I've actually seen Henderson go in top 10 in some mocks. So Ruggs at 12, if Lamb and Jeudy are off the board, yeah, have absolutely no problem going Ruggs at 12. Let's go to Kyler Crawford, who needs to get a you-know-what. What about a CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, 3-headed monster in a year or 2? I like Jalen Hurts. He is a good quarterback. He's just a bit of a project. I get his numbers that he put up at Oklahoma, 20 rushing touchdowns, over 1,000 rushing yards this past year. I believe 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions off the top of my head. I like that he's a winner. I like that what he's done at Alabama, Oklahoma, 2 very good college football schools. But I think if we're relying on Jalen Hurts to be our every, down quarterback, I don't really think that's the path that we need to go. I think Jalen Hurts' best path to being a successful football player is bulking up a little bit and kind of being a Taysom Hill. But that's my opinion. We got another super chat from Omerta13. Kenny Wilkes paired with Mad Max. So Kenny Wilkes, I think, would be an interesting pairing. However, I think if we're going to go out and draft players, you're going to see defensive end be one of those positions that we're probably going to address later on in the draft. But if you're looking for a guy who works really hard, I think Kenny's definitely up there. If you guys haven't seen my picture of Mad Max, I encourage you to do it. It's been this show called The Tiger King. I haven't seen it, but it's like everything people are talking about on Twitter, I think. So if you haven't seen it, go to my Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. It's actually also on my IG. It's a pretty interesting picture of Max. But if you guys subscribe, you probably have already seen it, even on the channel. So if you see below, it says super chat $100, come on the show. If you super chat $100, you'll be able to come on the show with me tomorrow. Next week. Let me get that straight. So next week it'll just be like a Skype conversation. We get to come on the show. Just wanted to say that. Let's go to Mitchell. Great name. Bad picture. Do we draft Claypool in the third? Sincerely, the real Mitch. All right, Mitchell, if you're the real Mitch, stand up and get a picture. I like Claypool a lot. He's 6'4", maybe 6'5", wide receiver out of Notre Dame. Had an incredible combine, ran a 4.45. I've seen some people compare him to Calvin Johnson. It's not there for me. I think a more likely comparison for him is like an Evan Ingram. The Raiders are great with tight ends, and I think Claypool would be a good fit. It's one of the reasons why, yeah, I put him in a lot of my mocks. Let's go to Dark Raider. What up, Dark Raider? Appreciate you. What do you think of the Raiders trading back, getting the Clemson cornerback, and an extra pick? So you're talking, I think, about A.J. Terrell. I like A.J. Terrell a lot. I think he'd be a very good fit with Trayvon Mullen, and I know Mullen has kind of said a few times, hey, let's go out and get Terrell. I know I can work with him really well, and the Raiders love Clemson players. They love winners, and I'm getting a nod from producer Alicia. I think she likes him as well. So if we can get Terrell, a player who I have actually seen mocked in the top 19, plus an extra pick, yeah, I'd be on board with that. So Dark Raider, appreciate you. Appreciate everyone watching. Use hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat to get on the show. Let's go to my man, Jordan Brady. What up, Jordan? What city you watching from? What city y'all watching from? Seeing a lot of subs. We're getting to the giveaway here in a little bit. We're getting to it. Should we trade down to the Chargers and get Isaiah Simmons? Hold that thought. I'm not going to tell you my exact answer, okay? I will say this. I think if there's a player that we trade down for, trade up for, the most likely is to go up and get Simmons. And Tom, he made a mock draft on our main channel. You'll be seeing it here in a little bit. The Raiders trade up for a player. It's either going to be Jeff Okudah or Isaiah Simmons. Subscribe to the channel. You'll have to find out. Let's go to John. What up, John Silva? Do we draft a running back in third round? If so, who? John, this is something that I talked about on my Rumors show. If you're watching this live, I talked about it, I don't know, maybe like 40 minutes ago. If you're watching this on a later date, I gave two names. I think two names that you should really think about the Raiders going out and drafting, either third, fourth, or fifth round if they're there. First name is A.J. Dillon, running back out of Boston College. If you want a thumper, who I think could be a little bit like a LeGarrette Blount, maybe look at an A.J. Dillon. Another name to really keep in mind is Keyshawn Vaughn. So NBC Sports talked about two running backs that the Raiders could be interested in. Those were the two dudes. So you see A.J. Dillon, you see Keyshawn Vaughn. Would you rather have Dillon type D, or would you rather have Vaughn type V? Get active in the comments section below. See a lot of people watching us. We got 700 live on YouTube. Got over 100 live on Facebook. Appreciate you guys very, very much there. And coming up here in just a few minutes, we're going to be doing a giveaway of the Only One Nation t-shirt. So make sure you're typing sub. Let's go to Quentin Hernandez. Quentin, what up, fam? Using hashtag Raiders, trade down from 19 for a second round pick. So I think you'd have to get 2 second rounds, right? Like a team like the Colts would be interesting. You could even see the Dolphins, right? I mean, the Dolphins have 5 picks in the top 56. They have 3 first rounders. So the Dolphins could be a team in mind. I think the 49ers could be a team that wants to trade. The Vikings are a team that you could see trade up. There's a lot of other teams out there. So, yeah, Quentin, I think the Raiders trade down from 19. Let's go to Fayada Liddy. You trying to get Liddy? What's the most realistic pick for us at 12? I seen mock draft where Lamb and Jeudy are both gone. I think the most likely pick at 12 is CeeDee Lamb. I think if I had to rank it, it'd be CeeDee Lamb 1, Jerry Jeudy, and then honestly probably Ruggs. Like, I don't see a scenario where we don't get one of the big three, because I think one of the big three receivers is going to be there. So how about this? We'll play a game. If you had to pick a wide receiver to draft, CeeDee Lamb or Henry Ruggs, because in Todd McShay's latest mock draft, he actually had Jerry Jeudy going to the New York Jets. And if you haven't seen my mock draft video about Todd McShay, go check it out on the channel. But it came down to CeeDee Lamb and Henry Ruggs. So I'm a CeeDee guy. I love Lamb. It's nothing against Ruggs whatsoever. I just think Lamb fits our offense. He's a little bit more of a Raider in my opinion. And I think he actually has a higher ceiling. I get that Ruggs has great speed. You can't teach speed, but I see a lot of CDs right now in the comments section below. Let's see here. We got Mike is going to say CD, Eric Diaz literally has a CD emoji. Eric, very, very clever, my man. We got Raider K says Lamb. Doer 4329 is sub to the channel. Appreciate you. Got Noah, Project Sam. Everyone's getting hyped up for the Raiders giveaway. I did mention that we are going to give away an Only One Nation t-shirt. So, you ready? If you want to win, you got to do two things, okay? Got to do two things. First, subscribe to the channel. There is a 0 Chucky Heads Tuck Rule Tuck That chance of you winning the t-shirt if you're not subscribed to the show. I wanted to do giveaways. We just hit 40K subscribers. I appreciate everyone who takes time out of their day to watch what I do. It means a lot to me. So instead of me doing something, I don't know, crazy, I wanted to give back. So the entire month of April, we're doing giveaways for every single live show on Tuesday. So make sure you guys tune in, win some free stuff. The shirt that you see is the one I'm wearing. Shout out to my guys, Only One Nation. So if you want this t-shirt, type sub, okay? Type sub. We got the winner here in a few seconds. Keep typing sub. I need to get a drink. Seeing a lot of subs come in. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. The winner. Shout out my man. We got Sebastian Gonzalez. So Sebastian Gonzalez, which looks like the picture of Supreme. You have 24 hours, okay? 24 hours to claim your prize. DM me on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. I'll get your information. We'll figure out what size you're wearing, and then we'll go from there. So congratulations. And if you haven't won anything, don't worry. Like I said before, we are going to be doing giveaways the entire month of April. I think I did see a super chat roll in. So we will be doing giveaways the entire month of April, so that's just something to keep in mind. And we will get to the one before I go. So again, if you haven't won anything, we will be doing them the entire month. I appreciate everyone who is tuned in. You have, like I said, I believe it's 24 hours to claim your prize. So go ahead, give me a follow on IG at Mitchell Renz 365 if you haven't already. Would appreciate that. Major shout out to my guys, Only One Nation. If I don't have the super chat, maybe I'm just going crazy. Let me see. I see it from Raphael. I'll just give him a shout out. It's all good. Raphael, just supporting, man. Love the show. This Josh Jacobs run for over 1,600 yards. Raphael, appreciate you, man. You've been one of my most loyal watchers for a very long time. I think Josh has a chance to get over 1,600 yards. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but the schedule's a lot easier this year. Our offensive line is going to be improved. Our defense is going to be greatly, greatly improved. So for Josh, who had, over 1,100 yards last year, 16 would be a bit of a stretch, but I don't do this show to be mediocre. I do the show for just win, baby. So appreciate the questions. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. YouTube.com/Raiders Report. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.